Friends, we are super excited for this multi-church concept and how it will allow us to share resources and share staffing that we might better share Jesus with the community here in the Triangle. And while we've been researching and while we've been studying this concept, we've also learned that there's a lot of value to sharing the same branding. What do I mean? Well, I mean sharing the same name, the same logo, the same color scheme, the same identifying marks to the community that they might know, hey, there's a place where I can go to find peace, to find joy, to find love. A couple other reasons for sharing branding. Number one, it's more efficient. Simply put, we will only have to produce one version of a publication or a resource, something online or for social media, maybe even a website, rather than doing a couple different versions for each campus. That saved time will allow us more time to share Jesus one-on-one with the people who need it most. Number two, it creates greater visibility. With more than one campus sharing that same branding and getting it out into the community, it's more likely that people will have heard of it before. You know, they say it takes a couple of times for someone to hear of a place before they check it out. We're just going to increase the number of times we're putting our name out there. And number three, it creates unity. Do you remember what Pastor Doug said last week? We are unique, but united. And we are going to have two separate campuses sharing the message of Jesus in unique, contextualized locations. But we share the same purpose. And that's planting the message of Jesus in the hearts of the people in the Triangle. This helps to foster that unity. So, okay, we should share branding. Why not just simply use Gethsemane then? A couple of things to think about. Number one, Gethsemane can be hard to say. I know from experience, from hearing other people say it, it's almost like a tongue twister. After all, it is in the Hebrew language, and we don't regularly speak Hebrew here. If we, as members, have a hard time saying it to others, and they have a hard time saying it back, it's easy to forget about. Which means they're also not going to check it out online, and that leads to point number two. When they do get online, can they spell it? It's a little bit difficult. And how sad would it be for someone to be very interested in checking out our church and not be able to find it because they can't spell it? Number three, it's insider language. Gethsemane is a place where Jesus did some amazing things. He went willingly to die for us on a cross. But for those people who haven't heard that message growing up in Sunday school, it goes over their heads. And it immediately might make them feel like, well, that's not a place I could ever belong. And finally, number four, clarity. Like if you have a hard time saying it and a hard time spelling it and it's insider language, it's not clear to the unchurched what this church might contain. Like when they go there, what are they going to get? And we want them to know this is a place for peace, a place for hope, a place for joy. So here's what we're going to do. Over the next couple of weeks and months, we are going to create a task force to study this concept of branding and help us discover what might be the best way to present ourselves to the community, that we might share the gospel of Jesus with our family, with our friends, with your family, with your friends. I'm asking your prayers as we work together to plant Jesus.